Hi everyone, I'm Tom, Head of Customer Success here at Navexa, and I'm bringing you the June monthly update. So this month, we've got a survey that's been running inside the platform, and those users who have seen the old platform and are now using the new one have been asked to give us some feedback. And we've looked at every bit of feedback. It doesn't close until the 21st of June, so definitely put some in if you've got anything to add, whether you like it, whether you don't, and why. The feedback we've looked at, it's very constructive, and we're definitely going to be introducing most of those changes that do come through. Overwhelmingly, it's been very positive, which is fantastic. So we thank you so much, our Navexa community. In this video today, we're going to cover off some of the tools or features that maybe aren't as easy to find previously compared to the older platform. So I'm going to run you through those. And these are all based on some of the questions and feedback we've gotten from the survey itself. So it does come through, and we're doing our best to make everything as easy as possible. So we're going to look at where to find exports, how to record a sale, where to find the income calendar, where to find tax reports, where to check dividends that need attention, and we'll have a look at how to switch between light and dark mode. Okay, so the first one we'll have a look at is the export feature. Now, on the main page here, and my portfolio is also called main, so that's probably a bit confusing. But inside my Navexa account, depending on the account type you've got, basic, standard, premium, you might have a number of portfolios. I've got many, and this one happens to be called main. And if I scroll down, I can see all my holdings inside. And this is one of the first places where you'll see the export holdings. So if I was to click it, I can click that one as a Excel or a PDF. If I go on the left-hand side, I can look at performance, and these are different reports. Now, not every single one has the export feature, but most do. The benchmark doesn't, because the information here, it's not the easiest to show in an Excel doc. But if you go to performance breakdown, you can see how it appears on top of this line here. So pretty much all these different options that allow you to change whatever data is shown on that page, that's also the same place where you can export. And diversification, it has the export button as well. Growth and goals doesn't. And if we go down even further, there's even more bits of data here, including the tax reporting area. Some of those will have the export, but in case you're ever confused about where it lives, it's always going to be at the top here. It's going to be fairly, systematic in that sense and uniform across the platform. And if it's not, let us know so we can fix it in case we've missed it. The transactions page, which is a new feature, a new page of this platform, it's very powerful. It does have the export here, and you could essentially export every single transaction, or you could filter it down just so the dividends, or just show a specific holding or exchange, or go even further and create your own custom groups, which is on the left-hand side here. Another bit of feedback we've received from the survey has been from some users who can't find where to enter a sell trade, or perhaps they find it not as intuitive. Now, staying on the transactions page here, not only can you see every single holding or transaction, you can actually click add, and you can choose to add holdings for any of the different types. So there's stock, securities, crypto, cash accounts, custom investments. We'll stick with the stock theme and click stock, and here you can enter the trade or the dividend, and it will stay inside. And obviously it makes you search for the actual holding from this side tab. That's a little bit convoluted because there's more steps. You have to actually identify what holding you want it to be attributed to. So the easiest way to always think about it is you've got the account level at Navexa, and inside you might have multiple portfolios, and inside one of those portfolios you've got many holdings, and that brings us back to this portfolio page. So from the portfolio page, this is where you add a holding. You click add holding, and then you can tell us how you'd like to import that holding, whether it's going through the broker setup or whether it is adding it manually, Or if you've got a spreadsheet, you can even go to the help section, the help center, and actually get the templates so that you can easily bulk load your holdings into the platform. Going back to the portfolio page, if I wanted to add a trade to a holding that's already in my portfolio, I would go down and find it. And let's have a look at BHP. Now this is the BHP holding screen, and this is going to show me everything about the holding itself. If I wanted to add a trade, I have to go to the Trades tab, and here I can click Add Trade. Just like before, it'll slide out. And I can add a buy, and here's where you can add the sell. But there's also others in case you ever need them. So different corporate actions, cost base, increase, decrease, or even opening balance. Here you can add the brokerage, the share price, the quantity. You can even upload files, like whether it's an email, PDF, or some kind of document that you want it to be stored against this trade. So on that page, that basically is limited to the trades. And normally what happens is when you upload at least a buy, the Navexa platform will go through and work out what dividends you're eligible for between any sort of buy and sell. So clicking on the income, you can actually go and add a dividend here and put in all the requirements, very similar to adding a trade itself. So just important to remember that adding a trade is done on the Trades tab, and adding income like a dividend or distribution is done on the Income tab. Moving on to the next one, the other bit of feedback we had was that some users are unable to find specific menu items or reports. One example being the income calendar. So if you go across to the left-hand side, which this is where everything lives now, if you go to performance and open up that, you'll see there's all the reports that I briefly ran through before, but income calendar is sitting under income. If you click on that, you'll show all the estimated upcoming bits of income for your holdings. And you can always go up to the filter holdings and filter it down even further if you want specific information on holdings or exchanges. You can export from here as well. The biggest thing though is that don't forget that we've introduced this brand new search bar at the very top. So you can often, if you can't find something in the left-hand side menu, you can actually come up the top here and type in income, and here's income breakdown and calendar. So I can go straight to it from that search bar. The tax reports, which leads me on to my next one, is also up there as well. So the tax reports, we can find them in two different ways, obviously searching or on the left-hand side. When the performance and the tax reporting menu features here are collapsed, you can just open them and scroll through. Now, the overview here, we do have a lot of stuff in the works, and we're looking at changing this, where we're going to give you a much better overview of all your different financial years. And we're going to be introducing some extra features that have been asked for, and hopefully that will be done within the next 2 weeks. So hopefully before the end of June, which is very good timing for the end of the financial year. But at the moment, you can see here I've got the tax year at the top. I can then choose my different reports, or I could even go on the left-hand side and find all of them in that area as well. I can also search for that if I wanted to. ATO My Tax, one of my favorite reports. Here it is. So you can see that I can search from the top, or I can choose it from the left-hand side. Some people have said that they wanted to actually have the side menu disappear, and you can actually do that. You just got to go down to the bottom here and click Hide Sidebar, which is the two chevrons, two arrows to the left, and you'll get this collapsed view, so you can actually see more of the platform, very similar to how it looks on the mobile phone or iPad. If you were to click back, you can then do that, and it comes out as floating, but then you can pin it back if you wish. So now it's stuck. Personally, I like to leave it there myself because it gives me an idea of what I'm working on, but whatever helps you be more productive. So the next one I'm going to look at is the dividends that need attention. You've probably heard of the holdings that need attention, and that's on the portfolio page. In this case, I've got my Ethereum -1, so I'm probably missing transfer in or transfer out to a wallet, remembering that we need to reflect both sides of that transaction for the moment. There's an upgrade coming soon for that as well. There's my other 2 ETFs I've got there, and I know for a fact that I've not put my buy trades in because I got them through a share registry. So that's something I need to fix. But if I wanted to see any dividends needing attention, and usually that just means that I've not confirmed them. So I can go across to my tax reporting overview, and for different years, I can actually see different dividends or errors that need attention. I can click on it here under tax readiness. There's 63, and that of course is expected because I haven't confirmed them. So I can see here for my 10-cent holdings position, I need to confirm it. If I ever wanted to actually have a look at the holding itself, I could always just go back and find that holding, or I could even just come up here and type in the ticker. In this case, it's 700. Go to income, and I can see that I've not confirmed. So if I wanted to, I can just go through and tick each one, making sure that I match it up to any documentation that I want to confirm it against. And for those who are trying to find out where the dark or light mode is, it's just a matter of coming up to the top right here, which is the account settings, and you can click on dark mode or go back to light mode. So that wraps up the monthly update. There's a lot of updates, as you've probably heard me talk about some of them, that are in the pipeline. I've mentioned the AI reporter. I've mentioned different other capital loss type carryovers and other tax overview updates. They're all coming. They are just literally being beta tested as we talk. We're also fully aware of the proposed tax changes as mentioned by the government. So rest assured that it's definitely not something there we're sitting on. We're actually really well positioned to help you track that in the future, and we'll find that Navexa platform will be something that you'll rely upon much more heavily. As always, let us have any feedback. You can always go to feedback.navexa.io, or you can always reach out and chat to us on the right hand side. Thanks a lot.